people of Mzansi, how are you? Guys, let's do reunion part 2. And let us just. They actually did a recap, obviously, of the entire season, showing shortlies, if you could put it that way. And then after that, the pastor was asked how he's doing. And he was like, nah, man, I'm nervous. It's a tough decision for me to make. And, Babala, there she goes. Better be tough. Like, Ubabala was trying so hard. And every time she tried for a moment, like, it worked against her. I don't know if she didn't see that or it did not register to her. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, and they were showing tweets. Remember, if you guys were people that watched pastors' wives as well, my reviews and recaps, I was talking about engagement, when it comes to tweets, especially Guma reunions, where I was like, can you just have tweets where people, say something and ask something? And obviously I'm saying that because I would watch like Real Housewives and stuff like that, and there would be questionnaires that come from that, for engagement, so that someone can clarify or explain or make us see different from what we tweeted in for example, so that was good for pastor wants a wife to do that. Then obviously they were talking about, there was a tweet that came through regarding Amatangs on the whole situation where Umam Angie was just like, he should have come in there and should have spoken in tongues because it's the first time he's meeting us. And she was given a platform to explain that, and obviously gave Pastor Tseho a platform obviously to explain. Pastor Tseho was like, there's a time and place for everything. Like, Angie, I think, is one of those Christians where you'd literally be like walking with them and they'd be casting out demons and doing it out loud. And those things make believers look like their God is, you understand? Because God is a God of order, and there's no way that people can just go around doing that, So that for me was just weird. And the answer from Pastor Tseho for me is something that I would think is good, because there's a time and place for everything. I cannot be eating dinner and I'm like, guys, let's just place this food, and then all of a sudden I'm just going, hey, So that was a good answer for me. I was like, yeah, good, Tseho. Like, honestly, like there's no reason for you to be doing all of that. And if you're someone that believes, a Christian, you wake up in the morning, you pray for your day, you command your day, you do all of those things, right? So that everything in your day goes accordingly. He knew he was going to meet people, so maybe he prayed beforehand because, hey, God, please show me. And I think God got his back. In this instance, the way I'm looking at things, I'm like, you were praying. I don't know about you, Miss Cast Demons, because you came into this place and you ended up being disappointed. So, Another tweet came through regarding Pastor and the whole strong woman. Remember when Kanya, I think Jackie as well, when they were eliminated, they were just talking about how strong their personalities are for the pastor and how they're strong-willed women for the pastor, and he just wants a yes sir, no sir type of woman. I think Kanya said that. Then they were like, okay, please explain. Mfundisi was like, there's nothing to explain. Literally, when he was trying to explain, Bitter gang came through. Wow. And it's just like, can you guys give him a chance to speak? Like, he was patient. That's all. He knows how to exercise that fruit of the spirit, because guys, I'm too petty for that. Like, God is working in me, but I'm too petty for that. Like, I was going to make sure, But anyway, yeah, so he said that, what, if you're a strong woman, you're a businesswoman, you're intelligent, you whatever, you're doing it for you. You understand? And those are your things. And Mina, at the end of the day, I'm looking for a woman and you're a woman. Then all these other things are your things, I think it also boils down to, there are people that are educated, you understand? And their education somehow has to be about us and not about them. You'd walk into the room and they would make sure, they would remind you that they're a doctor. They would make sure that they remind you that they've got this and that. And it's like, okay, but I thought you were doing this for you, like, it's not for you to enter every room and command a certain, And I'm just like, yeah. But anyway, I got what he was saying, and also the fact that if I don't want someone who's just going to come at me like a ton of bricks because of my personality, it's okay for me not to have that. You know, you can be a strong woman, you can be an educated and strong willed woman, but with less disrespect, but with less, you know, being catty and stuff like that. So I think that's where they got it wrong. That, you know, some people actually do like strong women. They like strong women that can uplift them, that can help them in certain instances. Who wouldn't want a woman that is a business owner, that can get you in construction or whatever, you know what I mean? But the manner in which there are things that come out of your heart and you speak them. So, but anyway, and then the host asked Ukakanya Wuti, was the pastor your type? You know, Ukakanya's like, hell no, the pastor was not my type. And you know, I understand that he's looking for what he's looking for, and I'm okay. I don't have like hard feelings towards that. It's just that maybe he just felt like I was asking too many questions, and for him to say that I was asking too many questions was not good enough for me, because I was asking relevant questions. Yes, and actually she was asking relevant questions. It's just that it was the first day that they were meeting. Remember when they went into that thing where they couldn't see each other, the partition, and she was just like, ba ba ba, wa ba ba, ba ba, you know. So it was a matter of, yo, you bombarding me with all these things, and I just want to know, Jeguti, what is your name? What, you know. It was not like an exchange from what we see on the screen. So yeah, and she's like, no hard feelings, I'm okay. And you know what, ain't nobody's gonna waste nobody's time. And I'm thinking, girl, you're the one that came here, and potentially you wanted to be here for 13 weeks, and you were just here talking about time wasting and blah blah blah. Like, why are you acting brand new? That's what I want to find out. Why are all these girls acting like someone fetched them from far and wide? They were like, you know what, come here, we've got, you know, like, guys, you're all the ones that went there and you were like, can pick me, you know. Now you're just acting like, no. That's what's confusing me. But their egos are bruised. I mean, I think because all of them came there thinking I'm going to be the one, and they had to meet up with other ladies, and they were not humble enough to understand that we carry different qualities. And when you think you've got superior qualities and whatever, only to realize that you're a baby in this thing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Hi again, and then Kwena asked to say, oh, it's okay, fine. Remember previously in the beginning you gave us a criteria of what you want, and did you stick to that? You know? And the pastor was like, no, actually I didn't stick to it. I just decided to let people be, and just to reveal themselves, and for me to just choose according to that. Mm. Then after that, okay, when I was like, okay, fine. When I asked Angie, how are you? How do you feel about Upasta and everything? Since Angie was like, yo, Mina, yo, when I walked in there, I was just like, what a disappointment. Because I went to God before I went to the show, and I was like, God, my husband, Asom Belief, is there, is dear. So please, God. So God disappointed her, you know, because she was just like, what a waste. And I'm like, girl, is it God disappointing you? Or maybe your desperation? Because if you're that hot, I'm sure there was no reason for you to come to a show. And you are, you know, if you are someone that is wanted, you know, you've got options. Then in those options, the pool of options, you can pray to God and ask God to show you who your spouse is. Not for you to go to a show where you are competing with other women, and then when you just have that belief that God has shown your husband, your prayers, So, and then anyway, Kwena also asked Uteho, okay, fine, was it difficult for you to eliminate the ladies, you know, that you've eliminated? And so I was like, no, not really. And I understand, because he did mention, which no, it wasn't difficult because I hadn't known the ladies for that long, you know. I hadn't built anything solid for me to say, yo, this is a tough decision. The little that I knew about them, I knew very well that they were not meant to be in my life, you know. So yeah. when I asked Ubuhle, when Abuhle, how do you feel about it all? Do you have any hard feelings regarding the elimination? Bushra was like, no, Mina, I don't have any hard feelings. We spoke and I respected the fact that he respected what I believe, my belief systems, and him as well. And he was just saying, Guti, even at the end, I did say that the pastor was not judgmental because he did respect that aspect that I connect a certain way spiritually, you know? And then after Lapo, Wakanya was like, actually, let me ask a question. Let me pose a question because I need to find out. That was a good question, actually, because she asked Pastor Wuti, there were two different scenarios and you treated them differently, you know. You were just fine with her being called and understanding how her calling and spirituality in terms of ancestral worship or stuff like that. But when it comes to Uneli, you were just like not compromising at all in terms of her having to mourn her husband. And the pastor was like, no, can I please clarify? You understand? Can I just differentiate between culture and spirituality, you know? And he was saying, culture is something that we can create in a form of how we can live as this group of people or this society of people, i.e., Black people mourning. We've created that culture, which, you know, as a form of respect. I mean, that is something that can be discussed when it comes to patriarchy and whatever, but I'm not here for that. But it's something that's there. Which, you know, when a woman has lost a husband, can she just, you know, stay in a space of this and that and that and the other and mourn for so long? And that is culture. But spirituality has to do with what your soul and your spirit connects to. So that is not culture. So he was just giving us, let me give you a young 101 lesson. And for me, that was like, you. And you know the way the people were just like, Peter B was just like, when Uwakanya was asking that question, like in her head, she was like, Sigbambile, we got you. We got you. And when he clarified that, he was like, spirituality is connecting to what your spirit connects to, and you can have no choice but to respect that. When someone says, I connect this way spiritually, oh, okay, sharp, you know, I'm not gonna be part of that though, you know. So hey, like after that, it went to, then we went for a break. After the break, Vela Ukwena was like, you know, can we just discuss this? You know, and he was talking to the Bitter Gang. You know, he was like, because they were sitting in different couches, right? The Bitter Gang, there was Ukwakanya on the couch, it was Babalwa, and it was Elina Mandla. And Elina Mandla didn't have much to say this time around for some reason, but that was the Bitter Gang because they were just like chirping. They should have added Angelina to that couch and they squeezed each other, they consoled each other. But anyway, asikho lapho, Ukwena asked vele ukuthi how. No man, guys, like there's a vibe there, hey? Like you guys have so much to say. And Baba was like, yeah, I mean, I have a lot to say. It's just that I don't want to say a lot, but there's so much inside of me that I want to say. I'm like, no, when I was like, no, I mean, we're here for that. So, share. She's like, oh, Pastor eliminated me, but for some reason, he was all up in my DMs. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure how the story is, but that's what she said. And I was chilling with my friends, and he was just up there like, hey babala, and I'm just thinking, it's 4 a.m. you thinking about me, like just get deep behind Satan, you know. And yeah, that was the story. And she was like, he was asking me for a picture, and I don't understand. Like, what do you want from me? Yo, guys, I'm looking at her outfit. I'm looking at those baby hairs that are just like, girl, circus. And she deserves it all because she's a horrible person. And let's come back. Anyway, pastor was like, oh, there was a big mistake from the pastor, like for even go there, you know. And fine, I actually went to the profile and I was looking at it. I was like, okay, the profile picture alone is giving OnlyFans, but we're not there. And she knew exactly what she was doing in everything, and That is my opinion, and my opinion is based on what I saw on TV. And when I look at her pictures, looking at her profile picture where it's like half naked and all these things, like down, like seductress, I'm just like, when are you were not going to be a Mamfundisi? You know what you're here for. If that was an audition, it was a bad audition, because it actually showed your character and nothing else but your bad character, your bad manners, and nothing about your acting skills. So, but anyway, oh, even bad hair, bad outfit, might I add. So anyway, yeah, the pastor was like, how, okay, Mina, oh, okay, I hear you, but can I explain? Wrong from the pastor to even DM or whatever. But yes, he's not chosen anyone yet, but the fact that, ish, you know? So he was like, no, it was your birthday. And I sent you a message to say happy birthday. And I spoke blessings upon your life. And when you asked me, Wuti, what do you want? You know? And then that's when I wanted to say to you, Wuti, when you are there for content, you did not even show any form of being interested in me, but you were there for the agenda that you know very well why you were there for, you know? And Baba was like, give me my phone, please. Anyone, pass me my phone. I want to show you all the DMs. I want to show you all the times. I want to show. Anyway, now she was so dramatic. She was, please. When the pastor tried to explain it, hi, when he's trying to say his part, it took forever, because Baba was like, you're such a liar. You think you're hot and you ain't hot. And I'm like, what's going on? If there's such a word, but it feels like a word, like she was boiling. And I'm like, girl, you're the one that said the pastor's leading your DMs. He's qualifying it. You could have said telephonium or screenshot. Even on Twitter, you could have done that, because when you look like that person that could do that, So I think there's really something that got hurt. Babala was hurt, guys. I don't even want to lie. Every part of her was hurt. The rejection she was not ready for, and having to see herself maybe on TV and trying to, I don't know, like everything was not working, guys. And I think she had to sip a little something, because there was a point where Kwakanya and I was like, no, chomi peto ye, chomi, because she actually saw what maybe we spoke about this, which we're gonna attack the pastor, but the way you're doing it right now, it's bringing shame, girl. Like, I'm cringing right now. I was also cringing on her behalf, because when someone tries to make something happen and it's not happening, guys, cringe. I was like, babala, Oh, yeah, I think, there was just the gist of it all, like she was really heated, guys. The pastor couldn't even breathe without Babala saying something. Like, that's how hurt she was. Like, the pastor would be like, they'd ask him a question. So what would I think? Wow, that would be Babala. Oh, wow, big word. That time he's not even speaking. He said, can I elaborate? You think you're slick with your big word? Elaborate. Wow. Guys. Ooh. And then this Angie and I was just like, can I say my 2 cents? And they were like, Angie, Kulu. And she was like, you know what? I think this one is Mr. Holy Hole. What he needs to do is zip it up. Or he can just zip it down. Play with whatever he wants to play with. And thereafter, put his pastoral garment down, okay? And then he does what he needs to do, and then he comes back when he's mature enough not to stick his thing in everyone's, And I was like, okay, sis Angie. And it was like, after that, he can zip it up, and then he can come back into the church. And I'm like, you are the reason why people leave church. When, like, Nisho, if I could pose a question, and if I could ask people that have been around you in your church, like, she screams that kind of person. Like, she screams like she's that person that is like here with Jesus. Those people that are like, I'm the only person that can hear from God and no one else. She gives me that vibe. Now, I went to her Instagram and I was like, guys posing all. I know one thing we're gonna give Usis Angie is body. Her body is bodying. You know what I mean? It's giving everything it's supposed to give. Outfits, I'm not sure. And I can see Shem from her page, which no, like that's her thing. Like ruffles and plastic and silk, metallic, what. That's her thing, guys. And to be honest, she kind of creeps me out. She creeps me out. Like she's those people that are like, I don't think she's in on earth anymore. Like ngathi labantu laba that are just always in heaven, you know? Like she's sitting there with the cherubims and seraphims, guys. Because the way I'm not gonna tell you her name. You're gonna Google her name and surname so you can check her Instagram page out. Because people like her, Nabo Baba, I could give you guys pages and they're gonna be like, "Ah, we're being bullied because people are looking at us and it's gonna be on me, or part of it is gonna be on me." No, thank you. People can check them out. They're gonna Google themselves. That's bonnet, like what I see, and they'll make their own conclusions about these people, you know. For me, I was like, hey guys, you guys talk, but like there's nothing that says, you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll see next week because hey, I saw Elena Mandla was just like up in arms next week. Ufuna mina, isidima sam. And I'm like, girl, your sidima. Where was your sidima when you came here to look for a means? Huh? Where was your sidima? Anyway, second episode in Kwatile. But you know what? Gotta vent. I gotta vent. I gotta speak about these people that like to be all up in and skati. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I'm seeing the momentum and it feels so good. It feels good. I don't wanna lie. Love you guys. See you on the finale. Like I think it's part 3 of the reunion where he's gonna be like, you know. So bye.